All right, good morning. Michael Yoke, Mr. Excellence here. Okay, so we have we have the formula. We know we got a prospect. We know we have to make calls. We know we got to do mailers. We know we got to give out business cards. We know we got to do social media. We know we got to do everything in order for us to get business. So now that you know the magic formula, it's time to pull the trigger. It's time to pull the trigger. Because you know what? If you know the formula and the rates are high and the business is still happening, people are still buying. I had a couple that called me yesterday that want to buy some units. Okay, they want to buy a duplex and they kind of get pre-qualified, but the rates are high. But the inventory is there. The houses are sitting there. The rates are not the best out there. They're saying they're going to come down, but yet this family walks in and says, "We're ready to buy. We're ready to buy." So what does that mean? That means that you got to pull the trigger for you to take action. If you cannot pull the trigger and you need more training, you need to hear it more, you need to do this and that, then the problem is not the system. The problem is us. Maybe it's fear. Maybe it's the fear that we're not going to make it. Maybe it's the fear that, hey, you know what? I see people doing it. I may not have that talent to do that. I don't know. I'm scared. So we got to overcome the fear and the scaredness to get started. And a lot of times, people that have good ideas, they have great ideas, they don't pull the trigger. They don't pull the trigger, and guess what? That is the magic. That's where you separate the men from the boys, like they say. If you can't pull the trigger, you cannot. You're not going to succeed. Think about it. We know we got to hold an open house. Okay. Hey, I'm planning. Are you going to hold an open house this weekend? I'm thinking about it. Are you going to hold the open house next weekend? I'm thinking about it. I don't know, but I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking. Well, guess what? If you think the weekend's going to go by, and guess what? It's next weekend. And nothing, and nothing. And the next thing you know, the whole year passes you by, and you say, okay, you know what? 2026 is going to be the year that I'm really, really going to do it. I got all these bright ideas and this and that, and then we're missing the energy to get started. So sometimes a wealth of knowledge means nothing if you don't take action. If you don't take action, you can be the smartest person in the world. You can be the most, have everything, the wisdom. But if you don't take action, you're not going to succeed, at least not in a sales form, But so that's the thing. I come on. I want to start hearing action. I want to start hearing, hey, Mike, I picked up a listing. Hey, Mike, I signed up for this. Hey, Mike, I got a buyer. I got this. I got that. I'm prospecting here. We need to take action, because if there's no action, nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to happen. Go to the cemetery, and there's graves all over Rose Hills and people that had great ideas, but they never took action. And the ones that take actions today, you got Facebook, that's one of the richest people on that, and just came up with something. Probably somebody else had an idea and everything, but they just never took action. You got to take action, and it's going to be a bumpy road, but you know what? You're going to better yourself on that. And so yesterday I talked about that we all do two things in real estate. Unless you're in the 1%, the 2%, or even the 5% of real estate agents, if you're not in that, you're going to do two things. You're going to do two things. You're going to Uber, and you're going to go ahead and do, real estate. You're gonna go ahead and do real estate, and you're gonna have another job. So you know what? Why not get involved on those ones that work hand in hand with the people? I'll give you an example. The people that I talked to yesterday that want to buy, they want to buy a duplex, but you know what? The two kids were there, a 9 and a 10-year-old, and I go, hey, did you guys protect them already with an IUL or something? He says, no, I got term on me and this and yeah, but why don't you want to save up a savings account for them and this and that? Well, guess what? I have a 5 o'clock appointment on Monday to also present that. See, it goes hand in hand. Mortgage goes hand in hand with everything. We brought them in as a customer to buy 2 units. We got them, the lender, to go ahead and get them pre-qualified. And we're going to do a presentation to go ahead and get them some maybe life insurance for the kids, that it's cheap, as low as $50, depending. We're going to do the simulator to see where they're at. And at the end of the day, you're generating a little bit here, a little bit there on that, and that's just the way you gotta think. The name badge, you're a walking billboard. You're a walking billboard that you're out there and you're letting the people know that the business is there. That's what we are. We're in the service industry, and we're going to service our clients to the best of our knowledge. Well, what are the services that you're doing now? Well, I'm just doing real estate. Okay, well, guess what? If you're just doing real estate and you're not doing any other revenue streams, you got to take action and you got to start doing. You got to work more. You got to get obsessed. Hey, 100 doors, 200 doors, 300 doors, whatever you have to do, you got to get obsessed, so that way you can go ahead and generate enough business to go ahead and survive. Because you know what? Think about it. There's 365 days in real estate to go ahead and generate some business. Well, guess what? If you talk to enough people, you're going to go ahead and make a good revenue stream. The day you stop talking is the day things don't happen. Good morning. Yes, I see you guys all came in late. Mr. Martin, Lucia, and many of you guys there. Thank you guys. So take action. You've already heard me. I'm going to continue talking about it as the days come next week, but we got to take action. I want to see results. I know Mr. Martin Mendez sends me little videos. Hey, those motivate me when he's out there, because, and I post them. But because you know what, it shows that my work out there is going. Now, in order for my videos to do well, all over in all the platforms, they got to be at least 15 seconds. Martin, you're sending me videos with about like 4 or 5 seconds, and they're getting lost. So make it for about 15 seconds on that, and then that way, they'll work for me pretty good on that. Other than that, it's 8:40. It's a little 10-minute pep talk here. We're going into this weekend. It's going to be a hot one. So guess what? It reminds me one time I went to speak in Arizona. I was in Arizona at the Phoenician. I was staying there, and I was talking for a group over there. And I said, hey, you know what? Arizona hits 120 degrees. And I went over there and I said, okay, I'm a door knocker. They want me to talk. Who's going to want a door knock or market in Arizona at 120 degrees. I'm having a hard time here in California at 90, 95 degrees. So I got up in the morning, early in the morning. It was probably about 5 in the morning. And I went out there and passed out. The minute it got lit up, I passed out about 100. So when I went to the seminar and everybody's going like, what's this guy going to talk about? Door knocking at 120 degrees. I went ahead and told him, I says, hey, look, this morning I got up at 5:30. I was out there. I dropped off this and that. I went and I put some streets. I went on this street, on this street, on this street, so that people knew it was true what I was saying. And you know what? At the end, everybody gave me a standing ovation. So sometimes if you're going out on the street and you're going to market, it's going to go ahead and you got to find the time. You got to go ahead and move it different. Because at the end of the day, the mailman's going to do the work, whether it's hot, whether it's cold, whether it's windy. On that, they get paid a salary, and they go ahead and they walk and pass the mail, and they sweat, they do everything, but the mailman always goes out. Well, we got to think like the mailman. We got to deliver the goods, because the goods that you're providing are great, because you're providing a service. You're providing a way of saying, hey, you want to achieve the American dream? Come on in. Let me help you. Let me get you pre-qualified. Let me get you approved, so that way we can start to see homes. So guess what? If I do that, I got to deliver the goods. The good news is me, Mr. Excellence, is offering a fair trade. And a fair trade out there is going to get you results. Good morning, Mr. Jose L.A. Mr. L.A. on that says good morning. So think about it. And that's the way it's been. For 41 years, it's been, you got to go offer a fair trade. How do you want to offer it? On a helicopter? I'll get on a helicopter and, I'll go offer a fair trade. Do I want to get on a bike? Do I want to get in the car? Do I want to get wherever? You got to go ahead and be in business. Business. And guess what? Sometimes the market changes, you do more. Sometimes the market changes for worse, you got to do more. Sometimes the market gets even worse of the worstest, you do more. And guess what? It gets better and you start picking up business, you still prospect. You're showing some property, you got too many clients, find a way to prospect it, because you got to keep it turning. You got to keep it turning on that. So what do you have to do? Is you got to go look for business. So I wish you guys great. We're off. Tomorrow is Friday. You can go ahead and listen to the professor in the morning. He's awesome on that. Good morning, Josue. Saludos also on that. And Mr. Marquez says prospect. Yes, you know what? We got to prospect. We got to go ahead and do it. I struggled this morning. My alarm goes off at 6:30. I went to the restroom, came back, lied down. I said, you know what? It's I'm not gonna make it. To do the show here. And then I started getting dressed. I said, I'm just gonna cancel it. I'm not gonna do it. Well, I'll just put that I went dark, whatever. This and that. It's 8:24. I put on my tie already. I put on my suit, and I says, you know what? I got 3 minutes, and all of a sudden, this burst of energy comes in. I gotta log on. I gotta do this. I gotta do that, and boom, and here we are today. But remember, the behind the scenes, it was like, I got 5 minutes to get started. I don't know if I can do it. That was the robot. I wish I could do the robot on the dancing, the whole thing. But you know what? You got to go ahead and go through the motion, go through the threshold, Motivation. Motivation will come instantly. Set a goal. Go out there. Make it happen. Mr. Excellence says, have a good weekend. Let's make it happen. Mr. Excellence signing out.